Shalom, this is GMS Holland Sit Downs coming back with the lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone. These are salutations to the elect out there, spreading this word of sincerity and truth all over the four corners of the earth. Quick thoughts, man. I was meditating on this topic that we are one body, man. We are one body, and there's 2 points. One, you have to multiply your talents. You have to multiply your talents. If you have 1, you make 2. If you have 5, you make 10. If you have 10, you make 20. You know, this is what we have to do. But while you're looking at those talents, and while you're looking at what you have and what you can get and what other brothers have, you have to realize, man, you're not gonna get everything. You're not gonna get everything. There are brothers that have their talents, and because they have that talent, you know, that understanding, that wisdom, or that gift, because that talent basically goes into that gift, which is a spiritual gift given from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to strengthen the body, to strengthen the camp that you are in. And the reason that I came on this topic is because, you know, I was making this video and I couldn't find the scripture. I couldn't find the scripture. And the reason that I couldn't find this scripture is because there's a brother in the camp that always pulls it. So if I talk about this topic, I expect him to bring out that scripture. But now I want the scripture myself. So I'm like, damn. You know, normally the brother always pulls it, and now I have to pull it myself. And I'm like, so where is it? I believe it's in Acts, because he always pulls it, and I believe he pulls it from the book of Acts. Where is it though? So I start looking. Eventually I find it, and yes, it is in the book of Acts. You know, it was the book, it was the scripture Acts 17 and 30. But my point is that certain scriptures are in the minds of the brothers, man. Certain talents, certain gifts are in the minds of the brothers, and that is what forms, and that's how the Most High formed the body. That's how the Most High formed the members in the camp to become one body, man. And it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. But while you are going for your how you say that again, full potential, like Son Gohan, he had a limit in the series Dragon Ball, which is called his full potential, but he didn't know how to get it, how to bring out his full potential. Now brothers have been given a full potential too, like the scripture speaks about the talents. Some brothers already have 5 talents, but their full potential is 10 talents. You know, some brothers have 1 talent and their full potential is 2 talents. So basically, and I'm saying this all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. I was thinking about it quickly. You know, how beautiful is it to basically look for a scripture, but know and being able to rely upon a brother that always knows it. You know, so this all through the spirit. But if you look at the other brother and you be like, man, he doesn't know this, he doesn't know that. You know, he's only busy with speaking Hebrew, writing Hebrew, and basically shit, man. Lost the passed by my exit. Anyway, he's only concerned about writing Hebrew, speaking Hebrew, you know, and he's all up in those dreams and stuff like that. But he ain't deep, man. He ain't deep. Well, maybe that brother has reached his full potential, man. Maybe that brother has reached his full potential, which is that what he has now, man. You know, and that's something for you as a member of the camp or a brother to discern, man. You have to discern those things, you know. But always push and motivate brothers to grow in this truth, man. That's very important, and also yourself. But if you are not strong on certain things, if you're not strong on a certain topic, you have to understand that the Most High will take care of it, man. The Most High will take care of it. You know, I read the book of Judges, and I'm not kidding, man. I think I've read the book of Judges maybe 5 or 6 times since I was in the truth. But it really does not stick in my mind. And then you have basically the leader of the camp. If you ask him something about the book of Judges, man, he'd be like, "Oh, you mean this chapter? You mean when they took over the Moabites? You mean?" He finds the scriptures on the dot too, man. And I'm like, well, I don't understand. I read this book so many times, but it doesn't really stick. But then when you ask me something about the book of Samuels or the book of Kings, I will find it for you, man. I will find it. I will get it. I will know where it is. And that's just that's the history. Then you got certain talents concerning prophecy, concerning how to break down the economic collapse, or how to break down that we are not gonna be ashamed no more, or things like that. You're gonna be able to break down different things and deeper things along the way. But at a certain point, you also have to realize, like for example, me, the book of Judges, man, I can read it for the 6th or 7th time. I can do that, and I'm probably gonna do it. But if the Most High has given this talent unto certain brothers, so the camp can be complete, that's what it is, man. Certain things are given unto certain brothers, and you also, when you have a talent, you shouldn't be thinking like, well, I got it, now it's good, because you can lose it, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, you can lose that talent, man, if you're not constantly sharpening your sword. And that's spiritual, because when you have a sword, are you gonna go to battle constantly without sharpening it? Or are you gonna sharpen your sword every time you go to battle? What are you gonna do? Eventually, your sword is gonna get how you call that? I forgot the word. Eventually, your sword is not gonna be that sharp no more. So when you go to battle, you're not gonna be able to cut through bones and marrow anymore, like the scripture says, which is spiritual, because this truth cuts through bone and marrow, but spiritually. But you have to constantly sharpen it, man. Because I'm not kidding, man. What happened was, I was in the camp, and all of a sudden we was talking about a certain thing, and there was a scripture that came in the teacher his mind, and he asked me to grab it. And then I was like, but wait a minute, I forgot where it was, man. And then the brother was basically like, you always pull this. Yeah, I always used to pull it, but I can't find it. I don't remember where it is. There might be scriptures in your head, there might be breakdowns in your head that you always used to go into, that you always used to bring out. But then, because you're not going into it anymore, because you be thinking like, yeah, well, I know it already, I understand it already, I always pull it, because you have that mentality. You're not gonna sharpen that talent no more. You're not gonna sharpen your sword on that location no more. Meanwhile, you got to be constantly occupied with sharpening your sword, man. you know, and holding your talents and multiplying your talents. This is what you got to do. And why do you have to do this? For Yahweh Shem Yahushai first and foremost, of course, but also for the sake of the body, man, for the sake of the camp. Because like the example that I just gave, man, I didn't know where that scripture is, because the brother always has that scripture. Brothers rely on you, and brothers are supposed to rely on you. Brothers are supposed to, you know, look at you like, hey, you know where that scripture is, grab it for me, you know what I want. How many times do you see the apostle Tahar tell the apostle Ramlam, yeah, give me that, you know what I want? Because he does know what he wants, you know. And that's when the body is perfectly aligned with each other, you know. So basically this is gonna be a message to the watchman. I have to check out what number it is, what number of the series message to the watchman this is, but that's what it is, man. You know, strengthen your talents, and as a brother, you know, you have to retain your talents that you already had. Sharpen your sword constantly, because brothers rely on you, man. Brothers rely on you in the camp. Brothers need your help to bring out this truth. And what I also have seen is when brothers are not sharpening their talents, the Most High gives it to someone else. The Most High will give it unto someone else, man. Because to understand this truth is a gift of the Most High. A man can receive nothing except it be given him from the Most High, man. John chapter 3, I believe verse 27. You see? So the things that we have, we need to hold fast, man. For the sake of the body, for the sake of the camp, the truth, the brothers that be teaching, and need that understanding that you have been given from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And yes, what I'm saying is repetitive, but that's the point. We need to repeat. We need to rehearse. We need to do it over and over again, constantly. So this thing sticks, man. That's why the Apostle Gabar always says, this thing of ours is a thing of repetition. Train it, you know. Like I believe this is something that Bruce Lee said. Someone that has 100 kicks but mastered none of them, he's weaker than a guy that has one kick but he completely mastered it and can use it on every level, on every situation. He can use that kick. That guy will be stronger, will be better, you know. So that's also another thing, man. Don't try to be, well, that's actually also a part of the point that I'm trying to make. Don't try to be the best in everything. Rely on your brothers, man. Rely on your brothers. You can't be the best in everything. You can have 100 kicks that are not sharp, but if you have that one kick that is fucking sharp, man, then you use that, man. And I'm into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the same thing, man. You can learn it. You can learn 1,000 techniques, but if you can't apply them, then basically knowing those techniques is worthless, man. So what I do before I go to training, I check out 3 techniques, and I'm gonna take those 3 techniques and I'm gonna sharpen them. I'm gonna train them, I'm gonna sharpen them, and the next week I will sharpen those same 3 techniques again. The week after that I will do it again. Then I will take 3 new techniques and I will sharpen them for 3 weeks. After that I did that, I'm gonna go back to the 3 techniques that I started with and see if I'm still able to apply those techniques. And then that way you will sharpen the techniques that you find good, and you create an arsenal. You create an arsenal of techniques that you can use. Now that's the same thing with the truth, with your talents, man. If you sharpen them to a point that nobody can basically come against it, you got it locked down on every point, man. That's when you have that talent, man. But to have a little bit of everything, to a certain degree is good, you know, to know a little bit about everything, but you're not ultimately sharp. So if you're trying to cut someone with that thing that you are a little bit skilled in, hey, you have to watch out who you're dealing with, because that person can cut you up, man. You know, of course, we have the faith that through Yahweh Shem Shai, nobody will be confounded. That speaks the word for Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, and eventually a brother will back you up, man, and that's the beauty thereof. That's the beauty thereof. One time, man, I was cutting this guy up so bad, man, with the scriptures in the camp, and then all of a sudden he asked a question, and I was like, damn, I don't know this. He asked a question that I didn't know, and then the brother, boom, backed me up immediately. Grab this, grab that, boom, he took it over, boom, take it back, continue the teaching. Guy walks away with the tail between his legs, like a dog, man, you know, because those people that are trying to confound this truth are like dogs. Simply, that's just simply what it is, man. So yeah, man, with that, I'm gonna say, call Elohim, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rakakadash, Shalom to the elect.